What's up, everybody? This is Antonio Ford again, the owner and CEO and music instructor at Grown A Gift School of Music. I want to welcome you guys back to part 3 of our piano series. And I really felt led to my heart to teach a lot of piano. And I want to accelerate this course a little bit. I want to accelerate what I'm teaching because I want you guys to take these videos and start applying it to your worship sets or whatever you do in that church. I want you to start being able to implement these things. I don't want to teach you lessons just so that you can kind of play around at home and this, that, and the other. I want to give you some type of value, some use that you can use for this music lesson. So, um, from the last lesson, we learned the C major scale. And I'm going to explain something that I didn't explain in that last video. I want to make it very clear. We only went over, so there's 12 keys on the piano. Remember, there's 12 keys on the piano. So we studied the major scale. Now check this out. Because there's 12 keys on the piano, that means that there is 12 major scales because you got 12 different notes. So that's the part of the piano that's a little different than other instruments. You have to learn each scale. Other instruments, you learn one pattern of that scale, but for here you have to learn each scale. It's a major scale, but you have to learn it in all 12 keys. If you following me. So, for instance, last week we learned C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. That is a C major scale. This is the C major scale, right? So, if since there's 12 keys, if we go up a half step, this is C sharp. So this will be the second key that you learn for the major scale. So you have to learn this too, and it's okay. Then you got the key of D. So you go up to D. There's a D major scale here. Okay, you go up. There's a D sharp major scale. Okay, E major scale. Now, listen, I'm going to stop right there because I don't want to bore you to death. Okay? That's not what this lesson is for. I want you to understand some theory that there is 12 major scales that you have to learn, but we're not doing that today. So now I want to start kind of giving you some things that's going to build your confidence as a piano player. If whether you're new, you're learning in church, I want to start giving you chords, okay? This is going to be the cool lesson, the fun lesson, where you start learning how to start putting the music together a little bit. So yeah, last lesson we did the scale. We're going to go back to C major, so the key of C, okay? So but these are all white keys, all right? Now, so what I just played there is what is called a chord. A chord is simply you playing multiple notes at the same time. I'm kind of paraphrasing. I teach music my own kind of way. There are some other ways that music teachers try to explain it. I feel like it's kind of deep, but the way that I explain it, I like it. It's just very simple, straightforward, and I want you to be able to understand what I'm saying. So you put these notes, you put multiple notes together at once, and you press them at the same time. That creates chords. Okay, piano chords. So now, this chord that I played here, this is a C major chord, and it's made of the C, E, G. Okay. Now, if we was to look from a numbers standpoint, since C is the first note, you'll have the 1, which you'll use your thumb on that C, okay? Then you have the 3, which is the E, the third note in that scale. So you use your middle finger, you press on that. And then for the last note, you will use, it's the 5th note, you use your 5th finger, which is the pinky, okay? So that makes up the C major chord. Now, I want to start I'm going to give you all 7 of these chords in this scale. Okay, so we know the C major scale, which is this. We've done it. Hopefully you've practiced that and that you remember it, you know it, you mastered it, okay? So at this point, I want you to take the C major scale fingering with the 1, 3, 5 and go move it up to the D. So literally all I did was I moved it up. Okay. Now I want you to move it up to the E. Same finger position. All I'm doing literally is just raising my hand up, moving it up, until you get back to C. Okay, same exact finger position. I want you to bring it back. Same finger position. The thumb, middle finger, and the pinky. All you're doing is moving it up. Now, I know it may be kind of hard at first to get the fingers right. If you struggle with that, do one finger at a time. With one chord. Just start on the C. C, E, G. And don't rush the process. Make sure that you're comfortable with this exercise. Make sure that you can play this chord clear. Okay? Nice and easy. Because what I want to do is, and the reason why this is so important, and honestly, this may not seem like it's so important to you, but it's so important for piano players. If you learn how to play chords, you can play songs. You can play any song if you learn how to play chords. And this is very, very worth you practicing. So I'm gonna just demonstrate me playing something in C major, okay? Okay, so don't get lost in what I just did. I don't expect you guys to do that. It's just something a little simple. I played little simple chords, but that's that's how chords work. You use those; they kind of give you that fullness to whatever songs you want to learn, whatever songs you want to play. But the future lessons coming up, I want you to master doing this exercise that I just did, what you did right now. Okay, and the next lesson, I'm going to teach the theory of what you learned in this lesson, and I want to start teaching you songs because that's when you start building up your confidence. When you can play little songs, you can do little things on the piano that kind of gives you that kickstart that you need to build that confidence that you're looking for. Stay tuned.